Hi, Preston from JTech, here to talk to you about a new truck that's just come off of the production floor. This is a brand new International MV607 2022 model year. This looks familiar, basically the same body design that International has used since the early 2000s, but it's had some really great upgrades that have made it a really solid truck. It's a Cummins powered unit. This particular truck, 240 horsepower, paired with an Allison transmission, a really solid drive line, years of reliable service out of this truck. One of the things that we take a lot of pride in here at JTech is how we spec the vehicles that we bring in. We don't want to just put you in a truck, call it a brand new truck, say it has a warranty, wash your hands and send you out the door. We want to put you in a truck and make sure that you're in a truck that's going to hold up under years of service. Like I said, this is 240 horsepower. It's enough power to get you up and moving out of the work zone, but not so much that the price point really starts to creep up. We definitely work to oversize the axles a little bit, particularly in the rear, the suspension, to deal with the added weight of an attenuator and the ballasted body that's on the rear. Again, how's this truck going to hold up in year 2, 3, 4, and so on? Inside the cab, International has redesigned the entire cab. It's a very intuitive design. The dashboard is very solid, and it pairs well with JTech's switches and controls for the aero board, attenuator, safety basket, whatever equipment is installed on the back of the truck. Standard in our trucks is a dual camera backup system. Again, this switches automatically when you're in reverse with an attenuator, so that you always have the view without the user having to change the view on the camera, always have a view of what's at the rear of the truck. Safety is definitely the priority. Let's take a look at the back of the truck and the equipment we have installed. Here for the body, this is our typical JTech ballasted attenuator body, 20 feet long with an integral concrete ballast between the cross members of the body. This contains the concrete. If for some reason the truck gets hit, the attenuator does its job, we want to make sure that that ballast is there. It's not going to move anywhere. On top of the body, we have our hydraulic aeroboard stand. This works in conjunction with the Scorpion attenuator. So for the driver in the cab, it's one button, put the attenuator down and send the aeroboard up. It's equipped with a 15 lamp Wonko aeroboard. This is a solar setup, completely independent from the truck batteries. This will go out and run for years as an independent system. As I mentioned, we do have on here the attenuator. This is from Trafix Devices, the Scorpion 2 TL3 MASH attenuator. Trafix has done a great job with it. It saves lives every day. Some of the distinctives of how we put our trucks together. Up here you can see we have our powder-coated red stake sides. These are high visibility. We want to make sure that this truck is as visible as possible. We also want to make sure that if for some reason you need to take the stake side off, set it in the job yard, that you don't leave without it. So we want to make sure that this is visible and goes back on your truck for transport back to your shop. On the back here we have our warning lights. They're mounted on top of the body in this box, and the real purpose here is to make sure that they're visible from the rear with the attenuator stowed. The most dangerous time on a work zone is when you're doing any kind of a transition. One of those transitions is when the attenuator is being deployed or stowed. We want to make sure these lights are visible as much as possible to give the maximum amount of protection. Underneath the body, you can see we have a number of different tie-down points. We want to make sure, again, that when this truck is hit, that body doesn't move at all. Once the truck is tied down, we then undercoat the entire underside of the frame and up on the frame rails of the body itself. We want to provide the maximum corrosion resistance possible, so again, this truck can be out on your job for many years to come. In addition, we have a fully sealed wiring harness that comes back to a junction box under the rear of the truck. And then that splits off into the attenuator, and one of the distinctives of our builds that we always make sure that we have tail lights mounted to the chassis of the truck itself. Why do we do that? Well, this truck is made to go out and protect your crews, and sometimes, unfortunately, the attenuator does get hit. Somebody falls asleep, is texting, distracted, comes in and hits the attenuator. Often, the truck can be driven home just as it is, but sometimes the attenuator has to be removed there on the job site. We want to make sure that even with the attenuator taken off, that this truck is legal and able to be driven back to the yard to have another Scorpion installed and sent back out onto the job. When you're ready to talk to J-Tech to keep your crew safe, give us a call, look us up on our website. We'd be glad to help you out. Thanks.